They seem completely normal on the surface, smiling, talking casually, going through the motions, but something just feels off. There's a subtle tension in the air, an invisible tug of war you can't quite name. Their words say one thing, but their body says another. They might joke around or act indifferent, yet there's a flicker in their eyes, a hesitation in their step. They pull away, only to circle back again, like a moth drawn to a flame it's afraid to touch. Could it be they're hiding something deeper? Psychology tells us that when someone tries to suppress their emotions, especially feelings as intense as attraction or affection, their subconscious can't keep the secret. It leaks out in small, telling ways: nervous gestures, sudden mood shifts, unexplained distance followed by unexpected closeness. If you've ever noticed someone avoiding your eyes, teasing you more than usual, or creating space only to rush back into it, you may be witnessing the quiet chaos of someone secretly battling their feelings for you. In this video, we're uncovering 5 subtle but powerful signs that someone is wrestling with hidden emotions they're too afraid or too unsure to reveal. Once you learn to recognize these signs, you'll never see certain interactions the same way again. Make sure to watch until the very end, because the final signs will completely shift the way you view certain interactions. And if this message resonates with you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing community. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your reflections. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. They avoid eye contact. But keep stealing glances. Have you ever locked eyes with someone, just for a second, only to have them immediately look away like they were caught doing something they shouldn't, and yet moments later you catch them looking again when they think you're not paying attention? This isn't just a coincidence. It's a classic psychological signal that someone is secretly harboring feelings they're trying hard to suppress. When someone is attracted to you but isn't ready or able to admit it, their eyes become a battlefield. They avoid direct eye contact because they're afraid of revealing too much. Eye contact, after all, can feel deeply intimate, too vulnerable when you're guarding a secret. But here's the catch. They can't help but look. The subconscious mind, driven by emotion, keeps pulling their gaze back to you. This creates what psychologists refer to as the push-pull effect, an internal tug-of-war between the urge to stay hidden and the irresistible need to connect. You might notice they look away too quickly, as if flustered, pretend to be disinterested, but their gaze lingers just a little too long when you're not watching. Glance at you repeatedly from across the room, only to shift their focus the moment you're about to meet their eyes. It's not just shyness or random behavior, it's a silent confession, a struggle between head and heart. And if you've noticed it more than once, chances are they're not just being friendly, they're trying not to fall any deeper. Sign number 2, their body language betrays them. They may have a grip on their words, carefully choosing what to say, maybe even convincing themselves they're playing it cool. But their body? It doesn't lie. When someone is secretly wrestling with their feelings for you, their subconscious leaks the truth, not through what they say, but in how they move, where they face, and what they do when you're near. These subtle signals are nearly impossible to fake or hide. One of the clearest signs: mirroring. Without realizing it, they start to echo your gestures, folding their arms when you do, leaning in when you lean forward, even matching your tone or pace. Psychologists call this a nonverbal way of saying, "I feel connected to you." It's not mimicry, it's chemistry unfolding in real time. Then there's the nervous energy. They fidget, adjust their clothes, run their fingers through their hair, straighten their posture when you walk into the room. These aren't random quirks. These are the body's involuntary reactions to someone they're trying to impress or feel vulnerable around. It's self-consciousness disguised as casual behavior. But here's the real tell. Even if they avoid looking directly at you, their body still points your way. This is known as body orientation bias. Our bodies unconsciously angle toward what we're most drawn to. So if their feet, shoulders, or torso are consistently facing you, even while they pretend to be aloof, it's a silent admission of interest they can't control. Bottom line, words can lie. The body rarely does. So if someone keeps saying they're not interested, but everything about their posture, their gestures, and their nervous tics says otherwise, pay attention. Because sometimes the truth is written in the way someone stands when you walk into the room. Sign number 3, they get defensive or overcompensate. Ever jokingly ask someone, "Do you like me or something?" And their response came a little too fast, a little too loud, or strangely irritated. That's not just awkwardness. It could be a crack in their emotional armor. When someone is secretly developing feelings for you but doesn't want those emotions exposed, they often swing into defense mode. Instead of brushing it off casually, they overreact. They might laugh too hard, deny it a little too quickly, or shift into sarcasm and teasing that hits oddly close to the heart. Why? Because deep down they're not indifferent. They're uncomfortable with how much they actually care. Psychologists refer to this behavior as reactance, a subconscious pushback when a person feels their autonomy or emotional privacy is under threat. If someone feels called out on feelings they're trying to hide, they'll instinctively overcompensate to throw you off the trail. So they tease you more, pretend they're not paying attention, while clocking your every move. They might even get a little annoyed at innocent comments about love or relationships. But don't mistake that defensiveness for disinterest. It's not rejection, it's resistance. Because the truth is, when someone's feelings are real but unspoken, their first instinct isn't always to confess, it's to protect themselves from vulnerability. Sign number 4, they create distance. Then come back. They're warm, close, playful one day, and then cold, distant, even MIA the next. You start to wonder if you did something wrong. But just as you begin to pull away or move on, they're back, acting like nothing ever happened. That's not randomness. That's emotional turbulence. When someone secretly likes you but isn't ready or brave enough to face those feelings, they often fall into a cycle of pulling away to protect themselves, only to return when they feel the connection slipping. It's not about playing games. It's about fear and confusion. Psychologists call this internal battle the approach avoidance conflict, where the desire to be close collides with the fear of emotional exposure. The result, hot and cold behavior. One moment they're laughing at your jokes, leaning in, texting first. The next they're busy, short, or seem distant and aloof. But here's the key, they always come back. Whether it's a late-night text, a random question, or just accidentally running into you, they find a reason to reconnect. That's because no matter how hard they try to suppress it, their feelings keep pulling them toward you. This kind of inconsistency isn't a sign of manipulation. It's a sign of emotional struggle. They're not over you. They're just fighting a battle within themselves between fear and desire, vulnerability and connection. So when their behavior feels like a roller coaster, don't just focus on the dips. Pay attention to the way they always find a way back to you. Sign number 5. They show hidden jealousy. They say they don't care. They act unbothered. But the moment you mention someone else, their energy shifts, and suddenly, their silence says everything. Hidden jealousy is one of the most telling signs that someone is secretly battling their feelings for you. Even if they try to play it cool, their emotions will betray them in the subtlest ways. Watch their reaction when you casually bring up another person. Do they quickly change the subject, make a sarcastic remark, or laugh in a way that doesn't quite reach their eyes? That flash of discomfort, that moment of tension in their voice. It's not random. Psychologists call this a micro-expression, a split-second emotional reaction that leaks out before the brain has time to censor it. These tiny tells are often more honest than words ever could be. And it goes deeper. They might compete for your attention, interrupting conversations, suddenly becoming more animated, or doing something to draw your focus back to them. It's not a coincidence. It's a subconscious attempt to reclaim the spotlight, to subtly remind you of their presence and importance. So even if they claim they don't mind who you spend time with, pay attention to how they react, not what they say. Because if their mood shifts the moment someone else enters the picture, that's not indifference, that's emotion trying to stay hidden and failing. The twist. Why they're holding back by now. You've seen the signs, the stolen glances, the nervous body language, the emotional roller coaster, the jealousy they try to hide. But here's the deeper question. Why are they holding back at all? It's not because they don't feel something. It's because they do. And that's exactly what makes it so complicated. There are a few powerful reasons someone might secretly fight their feelings. Fear of rejection. They've been hurt before. They fear putting themselves out there again only to be turned away. Emotional baggage. Past experiences, trust issues, or unresolved pain can make them hesitant to open their heart. Complicated timing. Maybe they're dealing with something personal, maybe someone else is in the picture. Sometimes the timing just isn't right. Uncertainty. They might not be sure how you feel, and the idea of misreading the situation terrifies them more than silence. Here's the truth. When someone pulls away while clearly caring, it's often not about you. It's about the inner battle they're fighting. A battle between vulnerability and self-protection, between desire and fear, between what they want and what they're afraid to lose. So, what now? Have you noticed someone acting like this? Do these signs feel familiar? Maybe you've sensed the tension, the unspoken connection, the emotions just below the surface, and wondered, is it all in my head? Chances are it's not. But now comes the real question. Do you wait it out? Or do you move on? That answer isn't easy. It depends on what you're willing to risk and what you truly want. Either way, awareness is power. The more you understand human behavior, the less you're left in the dark. So pay attention, trust your instincts, and remember, sometimes the strongest feelings are the ones left unsaid. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever felt like someone was holding back their feelings for you? What happened next? Drop a comment below, and if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a deep dive into love, attraction, and the psychology behind it all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.